In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the Mashville, Stanley Wagner Jr. As everybody knows me on the chats. Just here to go ahead and shout out some people that I think, that I just recently, or have followed for a little while, that are channels that I think that everybody needs to see. There's something special about every single one of them. And if you're not mentioned in this group today, don't worry. Anybody, there's other people like Hot Butter Rolls and stuff like that that'll have their own special shout outs and stuff like that that will be coming very soon. But I thought that I'd go ahead and start out my shout outs with some of the some up and coming channels, some channels that just, some channels that have been around for a while just haven't been seen, haven't got a whole lot of people subscribing and stuff that I think that everybody should be subscribing to. That's on Instagram and on YouTube. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start with I'm going to go ahead and start with Instagram. A couple of Instagram people, and then everything else is going to be each. There's a couple that are just Instagram, and then a lot of them that have both Instagram and YouTube channels. So I'm going to shout them out. And if you miss anybody or anything else, links and stuff will be in the description below. And if for any reason you would like to go ahead and support the channel, I would appreciate it. And we can go ahead and this is presently what you can do to support the channel. I'm going to be eventually, obviously, working on a Patreon and stuff like that, but I'm just starting out, and I really need I need a lot more subscribers before I have to start worrying about that. But if you'd like to help out the channel, that's where you can do it. All right. I'll go ahead and put them back up in a little while. So we'll go ahead and start with the first person. And that's going to be the Whiskey Neanderthals, my friend John. He is he's the palate of the group, the couple of Sleepless Kimmy and the Whiskey Neanderthal. He is the palate. She is the hunter. She is also known as the wheelchair whiskey hunter. And if I went ahead and click over here, boom, there she is. And here's a better picture of the two of them. So that's Kimmy, and that's John. And they just recently, we just had a tasting the other day. It's in this one right here, a tasting on Zoom of their pick from the Maker's Mark private select pick that they did with U.S. Liquor. And it was great. Had a lot of fun. The whiskey was freaking awesome. I'm not a Maker's Mark fan, but that one is actually, it's a little bit a different profile than you would consider to be a normal Maker's Mark, and I liked it a lot. So then we'll go ahead and let's see. We'll go ahead and move on to the next one, which is going to be my friend Martin, Mag 57TX, the whiskey guy. He has 3,700 followers on his Instagram, but he recently just started. Well, he's had a YouTube channel for a little bit. Had to do with gaming and doing with gaming and stuff like that. But he has switched it over to doing whiskey reviews. He only has a few whiskey reviews right now, but if I know him from my interaction with him, he'll be getting a lot more up soon. And he only has 183 subscribers. Let's go ahead and get him to his 1,000. I mean, first let's get him to 200, then we work our way up. But let's get him to his 1,000 subscribers, and let's get him all monetized and all that good stuff. So then I'm gonna go ahead and move on to one of my newest friends, Kyle, the Drink Pro. I stumbled across him, truthfully, not that long ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. Just trying to find some other whiskey tube and whiskey gram people that were below 1,000 or really close to or just starting out, try to help out as much as I possibly can. Um, Kyle last week was below 500 and just said, "Hey, I really want to get to 500," and now we're at 521, which is great. Let's get into 1,000. He shouldn't have to sit on 500 for very long. Him and his significant other Yolanda are freaking hilarious. On Instagram, they don't do. There's not a whole lot of lives going on Instagram. He does stuff by himself, some things by himself, and everything else. But if, you can go over to his. Let's see. You can go over to his YouTube, and bam, there you go. You just go ahead and go over to his YouTube, and then check him out. And he is very, how you say it? He's hilarious, and his dynamic with Yolanda is great. It's good to see couples doing this together and more women. She doesn't like whiskey whatsoever, so it's funny watching her try these whiskeys and just melting down sometimes. But that's my boy Kyle over at the Drink Pro. Go ahead and check him out. He's at 719 on his. I know he's probably got more than enough watch hours because he's got a lot of videos. But we need to get into 1,000 so he can go ahead and get monetized. He's taking basically he's getting support through Venmo right now. So, and then we got Nate Bubblebath Bourbon. I forgot to take this back down, but this is him inside of his tub with his Glencairn and his cake. He wanted to make sure that everybody knew that grocery store cake trays float, by the way. Just don't, so just don't do any Russo pours. You probably want to keep it to just a couple ounces. But they do, but according to Nate, they do float. So you can go ahead and give it a try. So here's some more of Nate's channel. He just brought it up put it up not too long ago because he said he didn't know how to he didn't know anything about the doing the Instagram, but we'll get him to start posting a little bit more, and his link for his YouTube channel is right there in his freaking bio. He's got 146 followers. Let's get him to 1,000, and then we'll go ahead and go to his YouTube channel. There you go. So here we go. Bubblebath Bourbon, stay moist. So you want to go ahead and check that out. He's got 154 subscribers. This guy more than deserves. He's in all the chat. He's in all the chats. He supports everybody. I think that myself personally, he's always been good to me. And when I started my Instagram, I told him I wanted to bring him on live, and he said he didn't know how to do the whole Instagram thing. So hopefully now that he's over there, we can figure out a way to get him on Instagram live and talk to him, and you'll see just how awesome he is. You can also see how awesome his freaking channel is and how funny he is and stuff. If you go ahead and just go over to Bubblebath Bourbon over on YouTube. Check out his when he does his whiskey flights. See, he has this board that goes across his tub and stuff like that, and he looks up what the MSRPs of things are and various other things. He talks about it. He does sample. He goes ahead and does tastings and reviews, and then he also does a thing a battleship. He does battleship. With while he's doing his whiskey, when he's putting whiskeys up against him in a blind flight, he actually goes through and plays basically like a battleship with the samples and stuff like that. So go ahead and check him out. So let's go ahead and go over to Dave and Kira, the Shelf Turds. If you don't know about Dave and Kira, I don't know how, if you watch anything whiskey on YouTube, how you don't know about them, because everybody and their mother shouts them out on their shows, now including myself. But they They just started a few months ago with going and doing whiskey YouTube, whiskey tube, and everything else. And this is their Instagram attached to that channel. And he David won the Swillmageddon sample contest with Ed from Rock Gut Review. You can go check out those videos over on Rock Gut Review, and then check out the mixing video, the blending videos that him and his wife Kira did for that for Swillmageddon. And then so they got 120 followers, which you get them to 1,000. Now they just recently went over 1,000 on their YouTube channel, but doesn't matter because we need to go ahead and get them. You need to go ahead and get them. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe. It ain't gonna hurt you. It ain't gonna hurt nobody else. We'll get them their watch hours. I'm not sure if they're monetized at this point in time. I'll have to check again on. I didn't check today, but I'll have to check again tomorrow. But that pretty much describes them perfectly. Wacky, zany, straight up weird, impervious to disgrace. And if for some strange reason your favorite whiskey is, or quote unquote whiskey is Fireball, you and Kira can become best friends. All right, let's go over to my boy DMC. DMC Kentucky, also known as Prescription Bourbon on YouTube. And this is his channel for on Instagram to support his YouTube channel. He's got 115 followers. He's a older gentleman like myself that does whiskey reviews, and a really good guy. I mean, even though he is a Saints fan, but we won't hold that against him. But go ahead and check him out over on Instagram, and then while you're at it, hit that YouTube link, and bam, he's only got 114 subscribers over here on YouTube. So let's get him to 1,000. If you're looking for some good videos to watch, if you like Bottled and Bond whiskeys, he does a Bottled and Bond whiskey challenge where he basically breaks it down from, I want to say he started with like 13 or 14 Bottled and Bonds, and basically had brackets to get it all the way down to a final one. I'm not going to spoil that for anybody. Go check him out if you want to know what he thought the best Bottled and Bond was. Let's see. And then we're going to go ahead and go over to, this is going to be my friend, my boy, Brian. Can't pronounce his last name. Kilco. On Instagram, he's 138 followers. I don't know how long he's had the Instagram. I guess I could find out real quick, huh? So let's see. So if I was to venture a guess. Okay, so he's had it for a while. But he's just recently, we're looking at what? So this one's so at least all the way to be almost to the beginning of last year. And but he does have a really awesome, his Instagram's great. We should go ahead and let's go ahead and get him some freaking more followers, get him to 1,000. But his channel, this is where you need to be. If you're going to go ahead and pick one whiskey channel that you're going to watch today and binge. Well, he's got a lot of videos, but if you want to see a really cool really good Advent calendar where he put up a different video every day for 24 days, tasting samples, giving his notes and stuff on it. You want to go ahead and go back in his archive and check those out. And then also I can't remember which video it is, but there's a video in here of him doing drinking small batch E.H. Taylor, and he decides to read the label in a Southern gentleman's accent and voice, and all you have to do is see his facial hair and watch him as he reads it, and to me it's Mark Twain. It's really seriously Mark Twainish, if you've ever heard anybody do Mark Twain and how he describes things, it just had that feeling to it. And I think it's literally one of my top 5 favorite videos I've ever seen on YouTube. So go check him out. Let's see. Now we're up to Dusty Dan. So Dusty Dan's at 550 followers on Instagram. He shouted me out. He shouted me out the other day. I appreciate that. And he just went over 1,000 on YouTube recently. We'll get to that in a minute. But he's got 550 followers. Let's get him to 1,000. Get him to 1,000. I'll convince him to give something away. But he does whiskey reviews of all ages of whiskey, but he does have some really old bottles, old dusty bottles that he does review, and at times give samples out for. Because just like over here on his Dusty Dan's Whiskey Review channel over on YouTube, the other day he hit 1,000 while he was on a live with Jason, the Mash and Drum, and Scott, My Bourbon Journey over on YouTube. He was on a live with them, and he hit 1,000 on the live and decided to give away some stuff. One of those things was a pre-prohibition 1916 whiskey. I can't remember the exact details of it, but you can go back and watch last week's live with Old School Blind. I believe it's called Old School Blind on the Mash and Drum, and be able to catch all that. But let's go ahead and get Dan's at 1.1. Let's just keep on going. Let's get him some more. Let's get him 1,000 over on his Instagram too. Keep him going. Now, this is where how you say it. I'm just gonna finish. I'm finishing up with a return, a quote unquote return to the Whiskey Gram and to Whiskey Tube. And that is Bobby and Sam from Whiskey She Whines. Now, they've been gone for a little while. Life. They got kids. He's a police officer that just recently was sorry about that. That was just recently in Washington, D.C., sworn in as a marshal during the inauguration. Just came back and they finished up their redoing their studio into basically building a speakeasy in their house, a bar inside their house, and it's pretty badass. Go over and check them out. Let's just say Bobby's a good guy. Freaking, he's very, very funny. Sam can be a little ornery. Well, I'm not okay. I can't lie. She can be real ornery, but you'll always have a good time watching their videos. He's taking he basically says like it does. Bobby loves whiskey. Sam doesn't. Follow her journey of becoming a whiskey drinker. So go check them out. They have over 1,000 followers on Instagram, but there's no reason they can't get more. And they've got 4,000 on YouTube, but there's still no reason they can't get more there. This is just me going ahead and letting people who might not know they're back. And if you have never watched them before, you need to go ahead and take the time and do that. I watched them a few times up until about 2 months ago, and then I did some binge watching. And then when I heard they were coming back, it was literally freaking. It was actually exciting. I can't lie. But go ahead and just follow. Go ahead and catch back up with them. They just put out some new videos in the last week or so. They just had one come out today. As a matter of fact, they had a live that was on here on Monday. So let's go ahead and go to my boy. He's from Southern California, but unfortunately lives in Louisville, Kentucky. No, I guess you can't say it's unfortunate. He chose to move there. So this is Timothy Von Riper, the Single Barrel Snob. He hosts a show with the Hood_sommelier on Instagram called Monday Suck. It's a 2-hour program at 6:30 p.m. Pacific. And then throughout the week, him and Hood Jack, him and the Hood Sommelier pop up here and there and do a live or mail calls. He has this thing where if he has the time, he has this thing called Afterglow, where he just goes on Instagram and lets people ask him questions and brings them on and talks to other people, stuff like that, like TV Whiskey and some other Instagrammers and YouTubers. So go ahead and watch the man. But the reason I'm bringing him up today, because he will be brought up again probably next week and in a video by the end of the week, of who's helped me out and influenced me the most on Instagram and Whiskey Tube and on Whiskey Tube. So he'll be back on here again, but I want to make sure that everybody knows this man's almost to 2,000. Let's get him to 2,000, because guess what? Once he gets 2,000, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to go ahead and see if he got any more. All right, there you go. There's another 5. So once he gets 2,000, he's giving away some stuff, and it's not like he's not giving away an old tub. Let's put it that way. He's giving away some single barrel picks. Since he's a single barrel snob, he's giving away some single barrel picks that he's been personally involved on, that he has bottles of. He's going to give away some of his own store picks, and I'm sure that it'll turn into much more than just that, knowing him and knowing the people around him that help him out. So go check him out. And if you can't, if you're not an Instagrammer and you stick just to YouTube, you don't really follow the Instagram, you can go ahead and watch him over on themodernthirst.com. And themodernthirst.com is a whiskey review channel that has, I say a whiskey lifestyle channel. But they also just added on, because it's Tim. I guess it's Timothy's brainchild. Pepperheads. It's videos about freaking hot stuff, hot sauces, hot peppers, chips, whatever. They've done the chip Pocky chip challenge, and they're getting ready to. They either have just done, or they either have a video up, or maybe they already do have a video up. Let's find out. Here we go. Pepperheads. Let's see. What do we got? Yeah, so they did the one. Yeah, they did the one chip challenge. They did the one chip challenge live, and they're doing the nut challenge too. The hot nut challenge here pretty soon too. So just go ahead and follow them over on the Modern Thirst. Check out Single Barrel Snob over on Instagram, and then hey, if you got some time, go ahead and follow me at the Mash Bill. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and let's go to boom. All right. So there you go. So this is my first technically official, not live video. I hope I did all right. If anybody's got any criticism, any constructive criticism, go ahead and throw it in the comments below, and I will go ahead, and there will be all of my, all my information, my Instagram and everything else will be down. You can catch me like right here. Here we go. This is easy. So follow me. I'm at the _mash bill on Instagram. On Thursday nights, I host a live show for approximately 1 hour on Instagram at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I bring on people from YouTube. I've had Hot Buttery Rolls, Destination Bourbon, Shayla from Whiskey Central, and then people from Instagram also. Bourbon Jeeper, and I'm working on. I've got about 8 or 10 videos up over there, and I'm working on getting some more people to come over there so that people can learn about them on Instagram. And I'm going to bring some people from Instagram over to here, hopefully for some lives, so that people can learn about what they're missing over on Instagram. So I appreciate everybody watching this video. If they do, yeah, please go ahead, and if you have enough energy left in your thumb after subscribing to everybody else I've brought up tonight, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. on the notifications. If you want to know when my videos go up, go ahead and click the all on the notifications. And I'll see you on the other side.